Will Georgia be unbeatable when they're at full strength? And a few weeks from now, if they remain healthy, with who's healthy right now, and they get players like Brock Bowers and Amarius Mims back, top 10 picks possibly, both of them, how scary will it be for the rest of the country?
I think it could be real scary. We saw what they did to Florida yesterday. We're driving back from Jacksonville right now, thinking about the team and just thinking, like you said, how good can this team be if they're at full strength? Now, is anyone ever at full strength? I mean,
it's hard to be at full strength playing a sport that's just that physical.
Yeah.
I'm starting to hate the word physical. It's getting overused, but yeah.
But they had no problem putting up 43 points against the Gators without Brock Bowers. If he's back in several weeks, if Amarius Mims is back at right tackle, if Kendall Milton, Ryan, can stay healthy, and Ladd McConkey can stay healthy, man, this team could really, really be trouble for everyone else. Even these top 4 teams that we're talking about right now, who will be with Georgia when the the rankings come out on Tuesday. But yeah, everyone knows how good Brock Bowers is, right? And if Carson develops this chemistry with the rest of the receivers and he continues to grow as a quarterback, you're just getting the biggest weapon in college football back for the playoffs or for LSU or Alabama. Add your right tackle in there, and we've said Kendall Milton is a game changer when he's fully healthy. I mean, he is a tackle-breaking machine. He moves the chains. He keeps drives alive. He wears down a defense, especially in the second half, and he rushed for a touchdown against Florida in the fourth quarter. That's what he does. When this team is fully healthy, they're going to be real tough to beat.
Yeah, look, they just had their second best game of the season without the best player in the country and without their starting right tackle. At this point, those are the two, big name injuries they have. Under the radar ones too, though. Tyrion Ingram-Dawkins comes back. He plays for the first time he does all year, and he causes a forced fumble strip sack kind of deal.
Yeah.
So he makes an instant impact, and that's a guy to the national media probably doesn't exist. You know what I mean? I don't mean that any mean Tyrion Ingram-Dawkins if you find yourself watching this video, but they know who you are now.
Thanks for watching. Yeah, but the casual fan has no idea who that is. I'm not speeding. I'm not speeding. We're good.
Be careful though out here.
Yeah, be careful out on these streets in South Georgia. We're going through Valdosta right now. They got an airport. Valdosta Airport. Didn't realize that. Now, defensively, Ryan, they're about as healthy as you could ask for. Guys are getting back. Small London looks like he's 100%. Javon Bullard flying around there, making some big hits against the Gators. Jamon Dumas-Johnson is playing 100% healthy. Feels like he's been generally healthy all season, but you just go down the list of these defenders and everyone seems about as healthy as you could ask for. So that group is starting to play better and better too. Still give up 3 touchdowns against the Gators, but one was at the opening drive. One was, I think, the beginning of the fourth quarter when the game was already over. And I think there was another touchdown late that didn't matter. Yeah.
One was under 2 minutes, and it was a Graham Mertz kind of roll around QB sneak. He just kind of fell.
I was writing my story already. I wasn't even paying attention.
Oh, I was dealing with the security guard at that time. I was dealing with some BS.
Ladd McConkey coming back, gigantic. He's a game changer. Former 3-star turns into a game changer. He was very healthy. Looked like he's got that burst back, that explosion. He's very, very good. So you did lose Brock Bowers for still several weeks, but Ladd McConkey coming back. You can see Carson Beck was looking his way and loves to go to him on third down. I mean, he loves him some Ladd McConkey, and he torched Florida yesterday.
Look, Ladd McConkey's been around for a long time. Ladd McConkey's made a lot of plays in limited snaps against Auburn when he made his debut in 2023, coming off of his back injury. He plays and he gets, I think, 3 first down conversions on third down, 3 third down catches that turn into first down. So he's a guy that's clutch, and he's going to be on an NFL roster next year.
Yeah.
Just that point blank. I like how you said former 3-star. That he's a former 3-star. He's not a 3-star football player anymore. He's playing like a high 4-star guy.
A good, competitive, hardworking, dedicated athlete who can play baseball, basketball, just a naturally
Is it part
gifted
of
young
his
man.
recruiting story that they saw him playing basketball or something else, and they said this guy's a freak? Like,
Just jumping up, dunking all over the place, but he's just a natural athlete and a natural receiver. He works hard at his craft. He's a crafty route runner. I mean, he gets open with ease, and he can stop on a dime. And a lot of guys, you have to scheme them open. Ladd McConkey can get open on his own. He can run around and get open. You don't have to scheme a way for him to get open down the field. He can just do it because he's quick and explosive and just runs a great route. And it's hard to teach that. I mean, that's all footwork. If you don't have it, you can be really fast and really big, but if you can't create separation from someone, you're not going to make it at the next level. And Ladd McConkey has shown that he's capable of doing that just about every week. I mean, the guy's a touchdown machine too.
Yeah, it makes a difference. You could tell that they needed him out there earlier in the year. The offense wasn't clicking as much. There were some new faces, right? When you talk about Ra Thomas and you talk about Dominic Lovett and kind of gelling in the offense, Mekhi Muse, a guy that was getting on the field a lot at the beginning of the year that hadn't ever before that, and a fresh starting quarterback who hasn't played real significant football in 4 years. Having Ladd McConkey not out there made a huge difference because of his experience and his talent and his time in the program. And it shows, I mean, they don't miss a beat without Brock Bowers. They don't miss a beat without Brock Bowers, and part of that is because they have guys like Ladd McConkey. And look, it could have been Marcus Roseby-Jackson. It could have been Ra Thomas or Dominic Lovett. And that's kind of the point here. When they're at full strength and they have all these guys, they haven't really had Bowers and McConkey play that much together either this season. So having them both out there will be a big deal. But, you move to the offensive line too. It's harder to evaluate that, right? But Amarius Mims was starting for a reason at the beginning of the year, right? And they had Xavier Truss at left guard for a reason. They wanted an experienced and talented and big group. And that happens when they'll move it back. I would imagine this week or next week we will get you will see the original starting offensive line. I think you'll see that, if not this week, the following week against Ole Miss.
Man, they get their best five out there with healthy running backs, with a healthy Brock Bowers in several weeks. And then there's just so many weapons, and the potential for them to be even better on offense is through the roof. It's such a high ceiling, and Mike Bobo's clicking with the play calling. Carson Beck is clicking. He's very, very good. What week, Ryan, did Kirby say this is about as banged up as I've ever been? A month ago?
After South Carolina, heading into, UAB and Auburn range, that was kind of when, after Roderick Robinson sprained his ankle against South Carolina. Javon Bullard got hurt the week prior to that, I think. Was that week 2 that Javon Bullard sprained his ankle?
Yeah, I think so.
Amarius Mims, with the ankle sprain that week as well. There were a ton of guys out.
They went from...
Kendall Milton was not healthy. Dejan Edwards had just returned, and he was not 100% at the time.
They went from being an incredibly banged up team to about as healthy as you could ask for.
Yeah, Ladd McConkey was not playing at that time either.
And they're healthy at the right time, I'll say that, because they've got a stretch, Ryan, coming up.
Tough.
Good Missouri team. Good Ole Miss team. Tennessee's 6-2.
Not a bad Tennessee team.
Not a bad Tennessee team.
We're talking about a ranked football team that has a hell of an environment that I think is going to be electric.
Yeah.
They want to return the favor that Georgia did to them last season.
Yeah, they want to play spoiler, for sure, because I think this will come down to next week's game against Missouri in Athens. Tennessee and Missouri, have they played? Have they played yet? I don't think so.
I don't think that's, I think that's another, I think Missouri's still yet to play Tennessee and Florida.
Missouri's got a stretch coming up. Same with Georgia. But I do think that'll come down to that game in Athens. But they're going to need to continue scoring a lot of points, I guess is basically my thought. And they're about as healthy as you could ask for, but still without Brock Bowers. So they can get healthier, and that's a scary point.
Yeah, I mean, we've been saying it all year. This isn't much different than what we were saying at the beginning of the year. What will they look like when everybody's out there? Don't know that they're going to lose. I don't know that they're going to lose because I think especially on offense, at this point they're they're really close to 100% on defense. Really
Yeah.
close, if not considered about 100%.
Yeah.
But when they get back to it on offense, and we're talking about already a top 5, top 7 scoring offense, probably just a top 5 offense straight up. You talk about probably a possible top 3 offense, who at that point, Carson Beck, has got almost a full season under his belt.
Yeah.
It's nothing new. Those jitters are all gone. The jittery games for Carson Beck are now gone. There were 2 of them. It
Yeah.
was the first, or let's say there were 3 that Carson Beck needed to get through. It was the first one, the first road game, and Jacksonville, because that game meant a lot to him.
Oh, yeah.
All of that's gone. I think he's completely indoctrinated in now.
If the Dogs are 100% healthy, Ryan, nobody's beating them. That's my final thought.
I agree.